Good evening and welcome to Quincy's Perspectives. Tonight, my guest here, Barry, is going to tell you a little bit about physical fitness. How you doing, Barry?
Not bad. It's nice to meet you, Quincy. I'm very happy to be on the show. I'm so happy to be on the show and tell people all about health and fitness. I brought all these props and devices and things and all stuff we're going to get into later on.
Well, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for physical fitness, one that's come this far as to be on the show. Mm-hmm. Physical fitness is a very big part of your life, and just anything you do, from going on TV to your activity, any kind of activity.
You're right. You just saved me a lot of effort in telling the folks at home that fitness, when you're in shape, everything feels better when you do things you have to do. We have busy lives. We got television shows to do. We got kids to pick up. We got all kinds of stuff.
Or kids to brand new pregnant mothers.
All
Not only does physical fitness stop the heart from working so hard and faster, mm-hmm. but it's also a lot better for the back.
You're right. That's a very, very, very good point. A lot of people have back problems, and a lot of it, most of the time, has to do with just the fact that they need to actually exercise their back and make it nice and strong, and then things they're doing wrong when they pick up their kids or pick up laundry baskets or stuff like that. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's up to the individual to take out so many minutes a day and let's get up and exercise and eat the right foods.
Yeah.
As you can see, you favor in all the basic common sense.
Yeah.
That's all that physical fitness is basically. It's a lot of just common sense things here, from a whole wheat bread to chickpeas.
You got it. You're into the props already.
It's all just water here to lubricate the vocals.
Yep, we've started. This is one of our first tips.
It's all just common sense, but they have to want to do it. They have to get up, and instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they have to just get up and the pounds will melt off very quickly. As you walk around, dance around, you can lose the weight very quickly, very easily.
Yeah, and you've made a couple of really good points. Is one that you have to want to do it. You have to want to do it, and it does involve some work. Getting up and dancing around. Sometimes you, on those bad days when maybe you don't feel like doing it, but yeah, when you're in the habit of doing it, then it's not so bad. Not so bad at all.
It's a good way to blow off steam too. You hit the old punching bag, or you can blow off an hour on the treadmill. That's a great way to blow off steam when you're in one of the nasty moods. Take it out on the treadmill. Take it out on the bag.
Yep.
Just poof. And now before you know it, you've lost 10 pounds, and it's going to affect your, like I said, in plain English, it affects your career, your health later on as you get older.
Everything you do.
And then instead of feeling like an 80-year-old feeling sorry for themselves, they feel like, no, I'm in the best shape of my life, because I've taken care of myself when I was younger. I love milk. Milk, it's a well-known fact. Everybody knows I love milk. Instead of drinking whatever, just drink the milk. Coffee and milk. That's about all the basics, and
water.
And water is very good.
We get plenty of water today. So Quincy, I'm going to interview you then.
Sure.
Because you have some really good answers.
Sure. What do you got?
So if we get people at home, we have people at home.
Sure.
And they're saying, well, I've never exercised before in my life. I'm busy. I got 3 kids. I'm busy. My husband, he wants me to, has all this stuff he wants me to do. I don't know where to begin.
Always an excuse.
Huh? And I don't want to go to a gym. I'm afraid there's all these people in really good shape at a gym. But you mentioned something about doing stuff you like to do. Like just find something you like to do. Now, what did you when you started exercising? What did you start doing?
Well, as like I said, I'm a dancer more or less.
So that's something you like to do.
I love it. I'm building it into a career one way or another. But not only do I lose weight on the dance floor, but I started working out.
Yeah.
Doing the squat thrust, doing some jumping jacks, doing the bit of the treadmill, the abdominal wheel. You take like 10, 20 minutes of this, pieces of it here and there, and it all adds up.
Yeah, and we're going to put you through a routine later on.
That's right.
So be ready, get psyched.
Oh, get pumped up, get the blood pumping, as they say.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You brought up 2 points already. One is you gotta get excited.
That's right.
You gotta get excited. You
Get motivated.
You can't. People can't make somebody do something. You can't do something you don't like.
That's right.
And in fact, I got a good example. Is some people when they're in the Army, what do they do in the Army? They have you do jumping jacks. They say, "Come on, we're going to run 10 miles." They make them do that. As soon as the people get out of the Army, they stop doing it.
Oh,
So in other words, you can't make you do something you don't like to do.
you have to want to do it.
You got to want to do it, and you got to want to like to do it. And you got something. You got dancing. That's the thing that gets your heart pumping. That's the thing that gets you going.
I love to dance.
Yep. So we got 2 things happening. We got people excited, and then we got them started on doing something they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, you're pumped, and your job is getting people at home pumped, and you do that every show. And then do something you like. For you, it's dancing. For other people maybe they like other stuff. Maybe they just like to walk. Maybe they like to ride a bike. I got some friends who do a lot of bike riding.
20 minutes of that a day can help the system very much.
Bingo. Yeah.
Even what do you call the bike, that stays in place.
Stationary bike, yep.
Stationary bike or a bicycle.
Or a real bike.
Or a real bike,
or mix it up.
Or mix it, do a combination routine.
You got it. Yep.
There's very many ways you can exercise.
Yep.
Just start yourself a routine, and I must have lost, maybe 10, 15 pounds,
That's not bad.
Because,
not bad at all.
The fact is, it all adds up in the holidays. You get your holidays from your buffet of your heavy turkeys and, and sweets, whatever.
Oh, the holidays.
And then
stuff.
And then you sit around feeling guilty, whatever. Not me. I can have my cake and eat it too, because I've worked out, and I'm going to go right back to working out right afterwards.
So what happens is the holiday only becomes a minor blip on the radar screen, because then you're back doing the stuff you like.
That's right. You just stick right with it, and you're prepared for it. You're in shape for it, and it's like it's your living. It's your career. And then you're going to make health, working out, part of your routine every day.
Yep.
And then and you'll feel 10 times better.
Yep.
Another thing, you don't smoke, you don't drink. If you haven't started, don't do it now.
And that's a problem, because there's a lot of kids who are still smoking, have started smoking, and that's definitely not a good thing. But here's one thing: exercise. If you're smoking, exercise can help you quit. Not a bad thing to know.
Yeah, because they're going to be too occupied with the exercise.
Yeah, and they're going to feel good.
And what's more, the smoke is going to be just like the air cleaner on a carburetor. It's going to eventually it builds up and it blocks your breathing system, and it, needless to say, gives you cancer. So again, don't smoke, don't drink. And if you're going to drink, just take 1 or 2 drinks.
Right.
And that's it.
We will allow for that, but moderation.
Yeah.
As they say, moderation.
Definitely don't do any drugs. Forget it. Drug addiction is easier to prevent than to cure.
Yeah, and exercise is going to help that too. All that stuff.
And exercise will help that. It's
makes you feel good.
It's going to occupy your time.
Yep.
And it's a better way to meet people, the right kind of people. The better the shape, the better, for those who's looking to, meet that special someone. Well, hey, it's like, and once more, it makes your clothes fit better. Same way, if you want to meet someone, you don't fit your clothes.
Yeah.
Well, you can drop from a 38 to a 36, in just a couple of weeks.
No, there's no question. People want to look nice, and exercise is definitely going to help them. You got it. You are right. So what have we got? We got people psyched. We got them psyched. We got them going on some stuff they like to do.
That's right.
We got them going consistently. You don't have to kill yourself.
No, just so many minutes a day. You set a routine.
Consistently. You
consistently,
got it.
10, 20 minutes a day. And it all adds up, on the time, but it all burns off on the figure.
Bingo. You got it.
And it's just plain old common sense.
Yep.
And you can have a taste of every. Look at all the goodies we got here. You don't necessarily have to go on health foods.
You can just it's small
small quantities,
little changes. In fact, we have the props. We have the props because a lot of people tell me that for them, eating is the biggest problem because they're driving in their cars. They're going by, and there's what I call fast food murderer's row. There's a place I'm trying to think in Stoneham. What do we have? We have the River King. We have yes. But there's a place it's in a town called West Roxbury where they have, first there's a, then right after that there's a, immediately after that there's a, so within a block, a city block, you have 3 deadly fast food places. So you're driving in your car, think about fast food. It's fast, it's usually cheap, and it does taste good. But
it's truckers' food.
Right. And you'll end up, we were talking about trying to look nice, you'll have to go out with truckers. That's all you'll be able, if you're a woman and you're trying to get in shape, you'll end up only going out with truckers. So if you're trying to get in shape, you've got to stay away from that stuff. But it's tough, because it's fast, it's cheap, and it does taste good. So we have to use our brain a little bit. So we start by making some small changes. I'm going to show Quincy, our host, some small changes. Now, Quincy already mentioned wheat bread. We get it right here. These are the props. We show the prop. We pick up that prop. This is the prop. Simple change. Here's a simple change you can make. You like sandwiches?
I love sandwiches. Tastes good, too.
Bingo. So here's what you do. You go to the grocery store, and instead of picking out the white bread, all you're going to do is pick out the wheat bread. Now, the catch, and here's where you have to be careful, because food companies that sell food, they do try to do little tricky things because they want you to buy the stuff that's not so good sometimes. So the label must say, if you can get a little bit of a close-up on that label. Can we get a close-up? Maybe, maybe, maybe not. But it says, it has to say 100% whole wheat bread. Now, this we got at Stop and Shop. Stop and Shop's got 100% whole wheat bread. And it's pretty cheap, too. Not any more than the regular, what we call white bread, which isn't as good for you, which is definitely not good for you. So it's easy. All you have to do, grab your hand. You like sandwiches, grab the 100% whole wheat bread instead of the white bread. That's all you got to do. Simple, doesn't cost any more money, tastes good.
And what's more,
bingo.
Cold cuts aren't too bad at all. You know, you can make a nice salami sandwich, make a nice bologna sandwich. And
start with that wheat bread.
Start with that wheat bread. And
let me show you now. I got another one. Here's another one. Now, I got this at a place called Trader Joe's.
Here you go.
Which I like. I like that store a lot. These are English muffins, but whole wheat. There you go. Ingredients. All you do, you look at the ingredients. It says 100% stone ground whole wheat. Bingo. There it is. Easy. Just make that change. Get these instead of the white ones. Simple change. Easy to do.
Now, here's another good one here.
That's
organic whole wheat
pasta. Whole wheat pasta, all you do. Now, this is a little bit more expensive. The white pastas are actually a lot cheaper, but this stuff is really, really good for you. It's going to help keep you thin and nice and healthy. And again, Trader Joe's, this is an unsolicited testimonial. They're not paying me a cent.
Sure.
Trader Joe's has all kinds of whole wheat pastas that you can get. And cook it the same way. Taste a little bit different. You just have to get used to it, but not bad at all. Really good. Simple change. And easy to do. There we go. Here's another one. This is a...
this is a Trader Joe's burger.
Vegetarian burgers. Now, I'm not going to say that these are going to taste like that double cheeseburger, because they don't. The one you get at the those stores. Let's talk about those stores. But they're good. You have to shop around. This one I like. This, again, another Trader Joe's one. This one, to me, tastes pretty good, but it's going to be different, you know. But they have all different kinds of vegetarian burgers you can get. So sometimes when you're craving something, stick this on a bun, stick it on the whole wheat bread, vegetarian burgers. Again, you have to look and find the one that you're going to like. This one I like. Some people may not like this, but there's a whole bunch of different ones out there now. Loaded with all kinds of good stuff, with vegetables and pretty good grains. So to get used to eating a little bit more healthy, there's a pretty good choice you have right there.
And what you got there?
Over here, bing. If you are a grain eater,
brown rice.
Switch over from regular white rice to brown rice. Doesn't cost any more. It's very, very inexpensive. Cook it the same way, no problem.
The beef flavor, can that be like a little bit like the beef?
You could make it, you could do a little bit of marinating. What you do is get a broth. You can get a broth that you can get at Trader Joe's. Again, I'm not plugging them necessarily. So you would cook the rice in the broth, and you get a nice taste to it. Simple to make.
Because I love like beef flavored rice. So there's my answer right there.
There's your answer right there. Just do the switch, make that switch over, get the brown rice. Much healthier for you. All these are simple. So we got some simple changes.
They're easy to fix. They taste good. Now, again, you don't necessarily have to go on the strict health food kit. Just change your diet a little bit.
Right. The whole thing. Here's the strategy. The strategy is I'm not going to tell people to stop going.
Right.
The plan is eat a little bit more good food. So you eat a little bit more food, what's going to happen is that's going to fill you up and you're not going to be craving as much of the food, that kind of food. So maybe we're still going to eat it. We're not perfect. Everybody's human. But you'll be eating more good food. Gradually, you're going to start to feel... You'll stop craving that food. You're going to feel better. You're not going to be craving the food as much. And we're still going to cheat because the stuff is fast and it definitely tastes good. So, but automatically, just by increasing the amount of good food we're eating, we're doing a big thing in a simple, not very complicated way. Let me just show you one more thing.
What do you like?
I've got a can. These are chickpeas, which are really good for you. But basically, what I personally do is I'll carry some cans with a can opener of, let's say, beans or something in a can. Now, canned vegetables aren't the best choice as far as like fresh is better, but they're definitely easy to carry around. If I'm dying for something and I go by the place,
that's right.
I'll bring these in, I'll sneak them under the table, take them out like this. So I'll end up getting maybe like a chicken, some kind of a chicken thing, and maybe instead of the French fries, I'm going to have this, which is going to fill me up, and it ends up that the meal isn't really that bad for you. So you've got what we call some little weapons that you're going to carry around for you.
Secret weapons.
Yes, secret weapon. You got it, secret weapons. One more thing, we've already been doing it.
Water.
Water. Let's get the prop. Barry's going to reach for that prop. We got the big prop. Water. Big problem today is kids are drinking way too much Coke, way too much soda, which they're actually finding out a lot new information, believe it or not, that some sodas are bad for your bones. Boy, who would have thought that? I never would have thought anything like that.
Was it the carbon dioxide?
It's something with the minerals. There's some kind of an imbalance that causes our bones not to get built right. Boy, who would have thought of that? I'm banging my head. What the heck are we going to do? All you got to do, just think when you go into a place, you go into that fast food, we're in there, I got to look out. Just drink some water first. If you're going to get a soda, that's all right. But drink water first, so if it's the middle of a hot, sunny day and you're like dying, well, drink the water because you're real thirsty. So drink the water when you're real thirsty, nice cold water, get that water down, and then have one soda instead of the 10 that you might have had real hot.
It's also...
drink it down nice and slow.
Water also brings back the mist fluids in your system.
Well, water replaces the fluids that you need. Water regulates your body temperature. You need to keep your body temperature nice and low. You get real overheated, really bad for your body. So water, almost 80% of our body is water. So you want to drink up nice, good, this is a natural spring water you can get.
Anywhere at all.
Yeah, you can pick these up at regular supermarkets. So there we got some water. So we got some simple tips. So we're not trying to get people to turn into tofu addicts overnight. Just some gradual changes we can make.
Just cut down gradually, a little at a time, and they can, before you know it, you can drop 10, 20 pounds along with the exercise, and you turn yourself into a real healthier person.
And suddenly you're going to feel better. You feel better, and you get some momentum.
Feel better, you look better,
Yep.
Again, it's just,
Yep. Now, another point I want to make is I brought a whole bunch of health and fitness books with me, but I'm not really going to get into them specifically. The point I want to make is you go to high school, you go to college, you have textbooks. You sit and learn. Here's the textbook. This week, Chapter 3. We're going to study, well, health and fitness. Sounds like a pretty good subject to be studying. Maybe people should get some books on health and fitness and read about them. Not bad. Actually, I got a couple here I'm going to recommend. This is called Prescription for Nutritional Healing. I'm going to hold it up like that to the camera in front of my head. This is a really good book. I like my head better.
There you go.
But that's a really good book. I've got one. This is a fitness book called The New Power Program, which tells all about weight training, which is something we're going to get into with Quincy. We're going to show Quincy a little bit of weight training in a couple of minutes.
Another thing that's good to snack on is nuts. Nuts is very good for you too. I've also heard now, the basic, most of the nuts out there, is very good.
Yep, nuts are good as a snack when you're hungry. They have protein. Not too many.
Not too many.
They're high in fat, so maybe a handful of nuts in between meals is good because it keeps your energy level up.
But I've been told that nuts aren't that bad. To go with a sensible meal.
Yeah, or as a snack in between.
Or as a snack in between. Instead of take protein.
Right, to avoid the cravings for
nuts.
Yeah,
and they taste good.
Yeah,
and
a good snack because actually. Some people at home have probably thought that, well, geez, I should not snack in between meals, and that's kind of a thing that sometimes parents say. But actually, believe it or not, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to snack because it keeps your engine going, and the engine keeps burning that fat off your body. If you eat something good, nuts as a snack in between a meal would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, almost any kind of nut. And a lot of nuts taste good.
Yep. I'm nuts about nuts myself.
Oh, I love.
I'm a nut.
I'm a nut myself. I love them.
Yep. So we've got snacks. We've got some simple meals. We got books. We want the people at home reading books. Get some books. We have the library. You can tons of. I just came from the Newton Library, and there's tons of books on health and fitness. Pick up a couple of books just to get your brain thinking and learning. Keep learning about health and fitness. That's a good thing. That's going to get you learning more about fitness and nutrition and exercise, and I think we're ready because we've been sitting here in these chairs. I think we're gonna
take a break, and we're gonna get ready. We're gonna show you some of the basics on how to make a better you.
We're gonna get Quincy nice and strong, kicking his muscles, and we're gonna be right back.
So we'll be right back.
Begin. You're mine. Chicken.
McGruff here. If a bully is bothering you, play it smart and try to talk it out. Or get away and tell an adult.
Well done.
For more tips, write for my new free comic activity book. Play it smart and help take a bite out of crime.
We are back with Quincy. Quincy, our host. We're going to take him through some kick butt workout. Actually, not a kick butt workout. We're gonna show him some stuff. But basically, in the world, anything we do, when we pick objects up off the ground, we cross the street, we get in our cars, we move our bodies, we use our muscles. And we want to keep our muscles nice and strong. We actually want to make our muscles stronger. The stronger you are, the safer you're going to be when you do your daily activities. The safer you're going to be when you pick up your kid out of the crib or pick that object up off the top shelf. So, but people tend to get a little bit confused when they walk into a gym and they say, geez, I'm going to get stronger, I'm going to lift those weights, and there's all these big hulky bodybuilders, and they get confused. There's a lot of machines and different things. What do I do? When do I do this? Do I do this? What's this exercise? So we're going to show host Quincy just some basic motions that we do in the world to simplify weight training, and we're going to explain a little bit about what weight training is about. So, Quincy, are you ready? You ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
He is psyched. We're going to show 3 basic motions in the world that you can do with your body. Motion number 1. You can take an object with your arms. Bring your arms up. Bring them out in front of you so we can see. There they are. You can take an object, and you can push it away from you. So take something. Let's pretend you have something. We're going to pretend you have something. Pretend, Quincy's going to actually go get something. What do we have for an object? We have some kind of an object.
We did have one.
We did have an object. I know, I've got something right here. Right
here. We did.
We're going to have Quincy's going to take, now we're going to have him, we'll get to those. Quincy's going to take this bottle of water, and he's going to put it on the top shelf. You're in the pantry. Yep, way that object way on the top shelf. So you can take an object, you can push it away from you. We're pushing. Bring that object. Now bring it back down like you change your mind. There you go. Yeah. Or you can put it on the middle shelf right here. Let's place that out. That's pushing. You're doing a pushing motion. Now Barry's going to take that object because he wants to drink some of the object. So Quincy, I just want to show you.
Sure.
Quincy's getting
some of the object too.
Quincy's drinking some of the object as well. So when you push, you use these muscles right here. You use these muscles on your arm. Let's bring your arms out a little bit so the people at home can see. So you use muscles right here that push an object either up on the top shelf or you push an object away from you. When you go into the mall, if you go into the mall and you got to push that door open, or you're shopping at the grocery store, you have something, you're going to push it away from you. You use those muscles. So that's one basic motion we can do. What we want to do now is get these muscles stronger by challenging them to do something they're not used to doing. And that's where the weights come in. Quincy's been anxious. He's getting psyched to do the weights. We're going to give Quincy some weights. Quincy's going to grab one of these weights. These are 15-pound weights. Pretty heavy.
Well.
And we're going to have Quincy push those objects. Oh, now, maybe not so fast. Maybe a little bit slower. So bring it up with a nice. What you want to do is control the weight. You want to pretend these weights are radioactive. So in other words, you got it. Now lower them nice and slow. There we go. A little bit harder. Yep. Now bring them down nice and slowly. Yeah. Now nice push up. Bring them down. Give me just one more like that. Now bring it down nice and slow. Now bring those weights. Place them down on the ground nice and carefully. There you go. That's a push.
Now you say lifting up an object. Here's a little demonstrator.
Mm-hmm.
Bend the knees.
Yep.
You're lifting up an object, such as these weights.
Yep. Quincy's way ahead of us.
Bend the knees. Picking up an object, such as these weights.
Yep.
Or a box,
Bring
a ladder, anything at all.
You got it.
Yeah, so there's a little. I just want to throw that in as we.
This is the second motion in the world that we can do. Basic motion. You can bend down with your hips and your knees and pick something up off the ground.
And when you want to put something down.
Yep. Come down nice and carefully. Yeah. Very good. Now, since you're way ahead of us, very similar to sitting down in a chair. We're going to have Quincy's going to face the folks at home a little bit. Wait 1 sec. We're going to move. Let's move our weights. Number one rule of fitness exercise: never trip over the weights and bang your feet. So Quincy's going to sit down. We're going to have Quincy show us. Getting up out of a chair seems like a simple thing, but if you do it more correctly using muscles instead of pushing off on your knees, you're going to be safer. You're going to actually get kind of a nice workout. So what I want Quincy to do is, Quincy's going to come up out of the chair nice and carefully. I want you to push, bring your legs back a little bit. No, not too far. Now about halfway, right like that. Now what I want you to do is push down into the ground as if you're pushing the floor away from you. Stand up nice and straight. There you go. Excellent, excellent. Quincy's working his glutes, which are very, very strong muscles we need to develop. Front of his legs and the back of his legs called the hamstrings. Now have a seat, nice and carefully. Maybe a little bit slower than you used to. Yep.